was driving home after my shift in New Jersey. Morristown was expensive, but it was a convenient place, right between my job as an MRI tech and my wife's residency in Newark. Just another evening, but my mind was somewhere else. I had returned from the Middle East 2 years ago, 4 deployments, 1,700 lives saved in Roll 3. But I couldn't save myself. Every night, every quiet moment, I was dragged back to one terrifying episode from 2020. It lodged itself inside me like a shard of bone. 15 years in military medicine. I'd seen it all. Amputations, burns, blood, bodies torn apart. So why this moment? Why did my mind return to it, like a moth to a flame? Group therapy? Worthless. Pills? A lie. Until I found one thing that helped. Breath, pranayama, a strange breathing exercise I stumbled upon in an old worn book by Sri Yogendra from 1976. Just an accident. Or maybe not. And here I am on the highway, 5 lanes. I was in the second lane, 70 miles per hour. Everything was normal. Then, in a single second, the world shattered. A U-Haul lost control. A violent swerve. It clipped the back of a blue sedan, sending it spinning into chaos. It slammed into other cars, then stopped, completely sideways, right in front of me, 30 feet. I could see the passenger, plaid shirt, his face twisted in terror. He raised his hands, uselessly, trying to shield himself from my 3-ton Toyota. There was no escape. I let go of the gas and braced for the crash. That was it, the end. And then it appeared. A massive, warm, invisible hand gripped my left hand on the wheel. It twisted the wheel hard to the right, so fast I felt my shoulder tear apart. My Toyota tilted onto 2 wheels, the tires screamed. I shot forward, barely missing the blue car by inches. Our eyes met. A right lane, empty. I skidded onto the shoulder, flying onto the grass divider. Gravel slammed against the undercarriage. The hand twisted the wheel again. My shoulder cracked in agony. Behind me, chaos. And then, silence. The hand let go. No, not all at once. It faded, but before it disappeared, it did one last thing. A soft but heavy slap on the back of my head. I hit the wheel, dazed, like a scolded child, as if someone whispered, "You're not done yet. Don't mess this up." I grabbed the wheel with my good hand and called my wife. "Honey, I just had a miracle. Get some milk on your way home." The wind roared in my ears. I was driving down an empty lane. Head clear, mind silent. And then I saw my life. Cold, sharp, brutally honest, like someone had ripped away the illusions and shoved reality in my face. My wife? I didn't love her. I despised her. The cheating, the narcissism. My kids? Just dumb American teenagers from sitcoms. They couldn't care less about me. My life? 43 years, and all I had were debts. If I had died today, my wife wouldn't have been able to pay next month's rent. Even the damn milk I had to buy was going on a credit card. My health? Ruined. Titanium plates in my back. A souvenir from Kandahar. Pills to sleep. Energy drinks to wake up. Antidepressants to function. Oxycodone to lift obese patients at work. The Oxy gave me constipation. Pills for that too. And when PTSD hit and breathing no longer worked, my bag was filled with pharmaceutical magic. Xanax, tranquilizers, emotion killers. I was a zombie, a hamster on a wheel, a husband hamster, running, running, running. I lived like that for another 6 months. Shoulder surgery, metal screws pinning my shredded tendons back to the bone. My wife finished her residency. At the celebration, she didn't even say thank you for 8 years of my support, for carrying her entire Ukrainian family on my back. So I bought a ticket, on borrowed money. Friends, dentists lent me some. Along with my Afghan savings, I scraped together $5,000. My wife tried to understand. Why wouldn't I keep playing my role? Why wouldn't I stay in this circus? I said nothing, just worked, ate in silence, went grocery shopping in silence. Then I told them I was leaving. The kids didn't even look up from their screens. My wife sighed in relief. My Ukrainian mother-in-law threw bowls of borscht at me. I told work we were moving again. They let me go without a problem. And now, JFK Airport. A ticket. a 3-year visa, and one question burning inside me. What happens after death? I chose Indore, the cleanest city in India. As I stood by the gate, waiting for my flight, I suddenly exhaled. A deep, long breath, like I had been holding it for 10 years. And now, for the first time, I could breathe. Fully.
The tide is rising, the shore fades away, but fear won't anchor my heart today. The call of the wind, it carries me far to find where my dreams and my wishes are. Sometimes you must leave with nothing in hand. Step into the sea on uncharted land. The waves may be wild, but they guide you still. A whispering current, a quiet thrill. In the waves of the unknown, I'll learn to flow. Let the winds of hope in my sails boldly blow. I'll dive into dreams with a heart open wide, for the story begins where the great collide. The sand that I loved has washed with the tide, but stories are born where new roads collide. I'm building anew with the stars as my guide. The journey awaits with nothing to hide. Let the ocean roar and the darkness loom. The courage will bloom in the face of the gloom. For through every storm, I'll carve out my song, a melody rising fierce and strong.